Realicare CIC is the only not-for-profit software supplier in the adult social care sector. Our Platt product and the associated point of care app are targeted at the domiciliary or home care markets, though they're equally suitable for live-in, supported living and extra care settings. This video guides you through some of the main features of the software, which you can see listed on the landing page here.
When you log into Platt, you're presented with a tailored list of alerts, each of which allows you to drill down and address the issue, or alternatively, you can snooze the alert. The system keeps track of over 30 types of concern that might need your attention. Apart from the drill downs, the main way of navigating in Platt is to use the universal search input. I have a client named Catherine Earnshaw, so I enter part of her name, full name, surname or both. Notice how the form can optionally open in the Calendar tab, which is most often where you want to be. For new clients, however, we start on the Personal tab. You saw here that you can open multiple browser tabs on the system. This is useful when your workflow gets interrupted, but you want to keep your place. Let's say a care worker calls in with a migraine. I can find their record, open it in a new browser tab, add a sickness event, which unallocates any clashing bookings, and then close the tab, leaving me back where I was, demonstrating how to quickly add a new client onto the system. The only thing we really need to explain here is the organisation field. Home care companies are very often split into subsets such as branches or teams. My user has access to all the subsets of demo care, so we need to choose which one the client belongs to. We'll speed up the rest of the process. Now we're ready to start adding bookings to our new client, and we're going to add a lunchtime booking. If we click on and repeat here, we'll be able to make it occur every weekday lunchtime. Now it's rare that you're going to have somebody available every single weekday lunchtime, so we've got this little utility here to split it into 5 separate bookings, which we can now treat independently. We can move one of them a little earlier. Now we're just going to allocate this one to someone who we know is going to be available. So we type in Jude and select Judy Kubrek, allocating her to all the following events, so every Tuesday. And then we're going to do the Monday one. This time, we're going to have the system suggest people who it knows are available for all Mondays. It only suggests people who are available and nearby. Again, we're going to choose following events. And if we scroll forward, we'll see that that pattern repeats, and it will repeat indefinitely until something happens to stop it. Now, you're probably worrying about what's happened to Holly's work. So let's go back to the home page. And we'll see that it's been added to the alerts list. We can see all of Holly's bookings that she can no longer do in the alerts, and the easiest way to deal with them is in the plan, where we can see the bookings for all of our care workers. We can see here the sickness booking, and 5 of the red blobs above are the unallocated bookings. Now, if she has a miraculous recovery and we shorten the sickness, you'll see that 3 of those red blobs move back down to her row and turn green. We're going to manually reallocate one of the remaining red blobs to Will Kane. And now we'll see what the booking looks like from Will Kane's point of view as he connects to his point of care app. After he logs in by scanning a QR code, you can see that the first job that's not been completed is the one for Kath Earnshaw. He clicks on it to drill down, and then he can check in, again using a QR code. Now, you can see that the system already knows that he's checked in, and we can see the details about how and when he checked in. Now, Will does the medications. To show that one has been administered, he taps on the green tick, or he can show the whole blister pack has been administered by using the blister pack taken option. You can leave one out, or you can say that something's been missed, or in this case refused. Then Will administers the morphine sulfate. Next there is a PRN. He taps the question mark to say he has offered it. The green tick can still be ticked if Kath wants it later. Finally, there is a cream, and Will can have a look on the body map to see which body part it should be administered to. And now that's been done, we can see that 6 out of 6 meds have been dealt with. In the back office system, all the details have been updated. Now we'll have a look at Will updating the tasks. Again, he taps on the green tick. Some tasks can be set up so that comments are necessary, like this one. The cooked dinner was not done, as it was not needed. Now Will tries to check out at this point, but the system has been told that he needs to enter an event log of a certain length. We'll add some detail about the event. This log text can be sent to the service user's relatives in an update email, or they can see it on the app. Will can now check out, which he does by scanning a QR code. The green tick shows that the booking is now completed. In the back office system, you can see that all tasks have been updated. Now we'll have a quick look at how you might go about setting up a care plan for our new service user, Bella Baxter. On the Care Plan tab, you can see that we can just press the button to create care plan, but before that we will have a look at how a care plan is structured. Bella belongs to the Southern area, and the structure for care plans used by Southern area is this one here, which we've got open in another tab. We can see that it's made up of various sections. Some of these sections are optional, some are required. Let's have a look at the detail of the first section, Person Demographics, which you can see has got some required fields. You can change the order of the fields or how they're labelled, etc. The About Me section will be familiar to you because that's based on the PRSB standard. The care plan has some predefined outcomes set up, as well as a number of predefined common tasks. Now we'll go back and actually create Bella's care plan. Notice that many of the demographic fields are populated automatically from the service user record. Notice that we can delete the optional sections. We'll add a bit of lorem ipsum to the About Me section. Now we'll quickly set up an example task. First we need to set up task sessions to record when Bella needs support. We'll say we've got some lunch tasks which are done at 1 o'clock or 1300. An obvious lunch task would be make lunch, and that will be done by using a recurrence pattern, and not surprisingly it would be done every day at lunch. This is a nutritional task, and we select the appropriate outcome. Now we're going to see what happens when there's a change to a care plan. We've got a service user, Leslie, and there's a new requirement to make sure her alarm pendant is around her neck or beside her bed at bedtime. We'll fill all those details in. Add some notes. And it's going to happen every visit, and we select the appropriate outcomes. We publish this with effect from 11 o'clock. Now, Will has a visit just after 11 o'clock, so we're going to see what happens when he logs into the Point of Care app. You'll see there's a flashing care plan icon against the visit on the list page. When he drills down to the booking, there's a big red flashing donut, and he clicks on that and he can see that there have been changes to the tasks and outcomes. He taps on tasks, and there is our Make Sure Alarm Pendant Available task. He taps on that and sees the notes that we just entered. In addition to scheduling and care planning, there are a number of other strands to Platt, and we're going to show a few of the highlights as we finish off. Platt handles invoice preparation, exports to accounts packages, and the production of PDF invoices like the one here. Administrators have total control over the invoice format. Platt also handles gross payroll calculation, export to payroll system, and preparation of PDF pay advice documents. Here's an example which includes an annual leave summary, a booking section, and a travel pay and expenses section. Holidays are fully handled by the system. Here we have an absence booking that extends over 7 days. 3 days are leave, as Kylie would only normally be expected to work on those days. We can drill down to see which days they were. We can also drill down to see how the cost was calculated. Here's the calculation summary. We can see precisely what work was done over the sample period of 52 weeks. Here we can see how that's affected Kylie's entitlement for annual leave going forward. We can see that she's taken those 3 days off, and we can see what entitlement Platt projects she will have for the rest of the year. Now this is complicated, and people are going to have lots of questions, and we'd like you to be able to answer them. So we provide a very detailed explanation of how it works. There's a training matrix which helps you keep track of who needs training, and you can see how many people need each type of training, which helps with course planning. You can get a list of care workers to contact. There's also an HR document matrix, so you can keep track of when you need to see people's car insurance, etc. There's also a client reviews matrix. This organisation has only got one type of review, but you can have as many as you like. Care worker reviews and observations are also tracked. Let's have a look at how the observations are done. We'll use Bradley Chandler as an example. They're completely up to date. We'll drill down to their record and we can see that they've had 2 general observations. We click on the arrow to see the history and we can drill down to the last observation. We can see who did the observation and what notes were taken.
Thank you for staying with me to the end. If you want to know more about how Platt could help your business, then please email us at contact@reallycare.org. Thank you.